Okay, so today's goal is 180 grams of protein, and I'm not talking about eating 6 chicken breasts and crying into a protein shaker. I'm talking about real food, meals that actually taste good, and a plan that you could realistically do every single week without wanting to quit. If you're new here, welcome. I make these what I eat in a day videos pretty regularly, but this one's a little different because I'm specifically building the whole day around hitting a high protein target. Why does that even matter? Because protein is the one macro that does the most heavy lifting, pun intended, for muscle repair, keeping you full, keeping your metabolism humming, and honestly just making you feel like a functional human instead of a snack-driven zombie by 3 p.m. So here's the plan for today. I'm aiming for around 180 grams of protein, spread across breakfast, a mid-morning snack, lunch, an afternoon snack, dinner, and a little evening something because I always want dessert. Don't fight me on this. I'll show you exactly what I'm eating, how I prep it, roughly how much protein is in each meal, and at the end I'll break down the full day's macros so you can see the whole picture. If you want to try building your own high-protein day, stick around because I'll also drop some easy swaps along the way. Alright, let's get into it. Morning routine and why protein first. So my mornings are pretty simple. I'm up around 6:30, I don't immediately eat, I actually like to get some water in first, sometimes with a little salt and lemon just because I sweat a lot and it helps me feel less groggy. Nothing scientific, it just works for me. One thing I've changed over the last year or so is that I stopped starting my day with just coffee and carbs. I used to be a bagel and coffee and nothing else person, and I'd be starving by 10 a.m. and reaching for whatever was closest, which was never the healthy option. Once I started prioritizing protein at breakfast specifically, that changed a lot. I'm just not ravenous by mid-morning anymore. There's actually decent research behind this. Protein at breakfast has a stronger effect on satiety than carbs or fat calorie for calorie, so you end up naturally eating less later in the day without white-knuckling it. I'm not a dietitian, I'm just telling you what's worked for me, but if you're someone who's hungry an hour after breakfast, this is genuinely worth testing for like 2 weeks before you write it off. Anyway, let's actually get into the food, because that's what you're here for. Breakfast. For breakfast today I'm doing a combo that's become kind of my go-to, a 3-egg plus egg white scramble, a side of cottage cheese with berries, and a small bowl of protein oats. I know that sounds like a lot of food, but keep in mind I'm eating fewer, bigger meals today to hit this target, so it balances out across the day. Let's start with the scramble. I'm using 3 whole eggs plus about a half cup of liquid egg whites. Whole eggs alone are great, but if I only ate whole eggs to hit my protein target I'd be eating an insane amount of fat and cholesterol, so mixing in egg whites lets me boost the protein without the calories climbing too fast. I like to cook these low and slow, honestly, nobody talks about this enough, but rushing scrambled eggs on high heat is why so many people think they don't like eggs. Give it a few extra minutes on low-medium and stir gently. I'm adding a little salt, pepper, and this time some chopped spinach and diced bell pepper, mostly for volume and micronutrients, but it also just makes the eggs look and taste better. That's roughly 28 grams of protein just from the eggs. Now for the cottage cheese. I know cottage cheese is one of those foods people either love or genuinely can't get past the texture on, but if you're on the fence, full fat or 2% cottage cheese has this creamy tang that works so well with fruit. I'm doing about a cup here with a handful of blueberries and strawberries on top, plus a small drizzle of honey because I like a little sweetness. 1 cup of cottage cheese is around 25 grams of protein on its own, which is honestly one of the most underrated protein sources out there. It's cheap, it's versatile, and it keeps forever compared to fresh meat. And then the last piece is a small bowl of protein oats. I make this with about a 1/3 cup of dry oats cooked in water, and once it's off the heat I stir in half a scoop of vanilla protein powder. The trick here is to let the oats cool for a minute before adding the powder, otherwise it clumps up and gets weird and pasty. Nobody wants that. That's another 14 grams right there. So if we're adding this up, eggs, cottage cheese, and protein oats, breakfast alone is putting me at about 67 grams of protein before I've even left the kitchen. Honestly, this is a lot of food for breakfast, and some days I'll split this, eating half now and saving the oats for a mid-morning snack, but today I'm eating it all together because I've got a busy morning and I don't want to think about food again for a few hours. If you're someone who genuinely can't eat a big breakfast, don't force it. A smaller version of this same combo, or even just the eggs and cottage cheese, still gets you a solid protein start without the volume. Mid-morning snack. Alright, Fast forward a few hours. I've done some work, gotten some errands done, and now it's snack time. For my mid-morning snack I usually keep it really simple, because I don't want to spend a ton of time prepping something mid-workday. Today it's a cup of plain Greek yogurt with a spoonful of peanut butter mixed in and a few chocolate chips on top, because plain Greek yogurt by itself can be a little intense if you're not used to the tartness. Greek yogurt is another one of those quiet MVPs of high protein eating. A single cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt has around 20-something grams of protein, and adding a tablespoon of peanut butter bumps it up a bit more while making it taste like dessert. I like this one specifically because it travels well. I'll often eat this in the car or bring it with me if I'm running errands. It's not messy, it doesn't need to be heated up, and it holds me over really well until lunch. So we're at 91 grams of protein and it's not even lunchtime yet. That's actually already over half of today's goal, which feels really good, because it means the rest of the day I can build meals that are a bit more relaxed and don't need to be quite as protein dense. Lunch. Okay, lunch. This is usually my biggest meal of the day because it's when I have the most time to actually cook and sit down. Today I'm making a chicken burrito bowl, which honestly might be my most made meal of all time at this point. I'm using about 7 ounces of chicken thigh. I know breast is the more classic high protein choice, but thigh has more fat which means more flavor, and honestly the protein difference between the two isn't as dramatic as people think. I'm seasoning this with cumin, smoked paprika, garlic powder, a little chili powder, and salt. Nothing fancy, just a solid all-purpose taco-ish seasoning blend that works on basically any protein. Searing this in a hot pan with a little oil, letting it get some real color on it before I even think about flipping it. The char is where a lot of the flavor comes from, so don't rush this part either. While that's cooking, I've got a batch of rice already made from earlier in the week. I'm using about 3/4 of a cup of cooked white rice here, and I'm warming up some black beans on the side, about half a cup. The beans add a little extra protein too, along with fiber, which honestly helps keep this meal from being purely a protein and carb situation. Now let's build this bowl. Rice is the base, beans next, sliced chicken on top, and then the toppings. This is honestly my favorite part. I'm doing diced avocado, a spoonful of salsa, a little shredded cheese, and a squeeze of lime juice over the whole thing. That chicken alone is putting in about 48 grams of protein, so between the chicken, beans, and a little cheese, this bowl is sitting around 60 grams total. This is genuinely one of those meals where it doesn't feel like diet food at all. It's got crunch from nothing, creaminess from the avocado, heat from the salsa if you use a spicy one, and it just tastes like a meal you'd order at a restaurant, except I know exactly what's in it and exactly how much protein I'm getting. At this point we're at 151 grams for the day, which means I've got about 29 grams left to hit my goal, and I've still got an afternoon snack and dinner ahead of me, so honestly the rest of the day is pretty chill from here. Afternoon snack plus pre-workout fuel. Alright, so later in the afternoon I'm heading to the gym, and I like to have something small beforehand, not a full meal, just enough to have some energy without feeling heavy while I'm lifting. Today that's a banana with a scoop of protein powder mixed into a little bit of milk, basically a quick shake. I'm not doing a huge production here, literally just protein powder, milk, ice, blended for like 15 seconds. That's about 25 grams of protein from the shake alone, and the banana gives me some quick carbs for energy during the workout. I used to skip pre-workout food entirely and just power through, but I noticed my lifts were noticeably weaker on an empty stomach, so now I always try to get at least a little something in beforehand, even if it's small. By the time I'm done with my workout, I'm already at 176 grams of protein, which means at this point I've basically already hit today's goal before dinner, which feels amazing, honestly, because it means dinner can just be about enjoying food rather than stressing about hitting a number. Dinner. Okay, dinner. I already told you I'm basically at my protein goal for the day, so tonight's meal is more about balance, getting some good carbs back in after training, some vegetables, and yeah, still some protein because I'm not about to stop now. Tonight I'm making a baked salmon dinner with roasted sweet potato and asparagus. This is one of those meals that looks way more impressive than the actual effort required, which I love, because after a workout the last thing I want is a complicated recipe. Starting with the sweet potato since it takes the longest, cutting it into wedges, tossing with olive oil, salt, and a little smoked paprika, then onto a sheet pan. While that's roasting, I'm prepping the salmon. About a 6-ounce fillet here, patted dry, seasoned simply with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and a little lemon zest. I really don't think salmon needs much beyond that. The fish itself is flavorful enough that overcomplicating it usually makes it worse, not better. That's roughly 38 grams of protein from the salmon, plus it's giving me a solid dose of omega-3s, which none of my other meals today really covered. While those are both in the oven, I'm quickly prepping the asparagus, trimming the woody ends, tossing with olive oil and salt, and this goes in for the last several minutes since it cooks fast and I don't want it turning to mush. While everything's cooking, I'll be honest with you about something. Some nights this whole what I eat in a day thing looks perfect on camera, and other nights dinner is genuinely just a rotisserie chicken from the grocery store and a bag of frozen vegetables microwaved for 4 minutes. Both are completely fine. The version I'm showing you today is a slightly more put together day because it's, a video, but the actual sustainable version of this lifestyle includes a lot of shortcuts, and I don't want you to think you need to cook like this every single night to hit your protein goals. Alright, everything's done. Salmon's flaky, sweet potatoes have a little char on the edges, asparagus is bright green and just tender. This is genuinely one of my favorite dinners in general. Protein goals aside, it's colorful, it's got that roasted flavor throughout, and it doesn't feel like I'm eating fitness food, it just feels like a normal, good dinner that happens to also be great for hitting my targets. So after dinner I'm sitting at 218 grams of protein for the day, which is actually well past my original 180-gram goal, but I've got one more thing to show you because I always make room for a little something sweet at night. Evening snack/dessert. Okay, this is the part of the video some of you have probably been waiting for. What does a high-protein dessert even look like? Tonight I'm making a protein ice cream, basically an ice cream, using a frozen banana, a scoop of chocolate protein powder, a splash of milk, and a spoonful of Greek yogurt, all blended together until it gets this thick, creamy, soft serve texture. The trick here is you need a food processor or a decent blender, and you kind of have to stop and scrape the sides a few times because frozen banana is stubborn. But once it comes together, the texture is genuinely shocking for how few ingredients are in it. It's creamy, it's cold, it tastes like actual chocolate soft serve. This is adding another 22 grams of protein, which at this point in the day is honestly just a bonus. I'm not chasing a number anymore, I just genuinely like eating this most nights. I like to top mine with a few dark chocolate chips and a small sprinkle of crushed almonds for some crunch, because texture matters just as much as flavor when it comes to actually feeling satisfied by a dessert. Honestly, having something like this at night has been a huge part of why this way of eating has stuck for me long term. If I felt like I had to give up dessert completely to hit my protein goals, I would have quit within like 2 weeks. Finding versions of the foods I already love that also serve my goals is the entire game. Full day macro breakdown. Alright, let's do the full recap, because I know a lot of you are here specifically for the numbers. Breakfast, 67 g protein, 620 calories. Morning snack, 24 g protein, 260 calories. Lunch, 60 g protein, 680 calories. Afternoon snack, 25 g protein, 220 calories. Dinner, 42 g protein, 610 calories. Evening snack, 22 g protein, 240 calories. Total, 240 g protein, 630 calories. So total for the day, I actually ended up at around 240 grams of protein, which is well beyond my original 180-gram target. That's not unusual for me. Honestly, once I front-load a couple of protein-dense meals early in the day, it's easy to blow past the goal by dinner without even trying that hard. If your goal is closer to that 180-gram mark, you could easily cut this down, maybe skip the evening dessert, or do a smaller lunch portion, and you'd land almost exactly on target. That's the nice thing about having a slight buffer built in, it gives you flexibility depending on how your day actually goes. Calorie-wise, this whole day landed around 2,600 calories, which works for my activity level and goals right now, but obviously that number is going to be different for everybody depending on your size, your activity, and whether you're trying to gain, maintain, or lose weight. The protein target is honestly the piece that stays fairly consistent regardless of your calorie goal. Whether you're cutting or building muscle, keeping protein high is going to serve you either way. Final thoughts and tips. So if you're trying to build your own high-protein day, here's the honest, condensed version of everything I just showed you. First, front-load protein at breakfast: eggs, egg whites, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. These are all cheap and easy anchors. Second, don't be afraid of dairy. Greek yogurt and cottage cheese genuinely carry so much of my day and they barely take any effort. Third, pick 1 or 2 lean meat sources you actually enjoy cooking, because if you hate the process you won't repeat it. And fourth, find a healthy enough dessert option that satisfies the craving, because restriction is usually what kills consistency, not the actual macros. I'm thinking about doing a full grocery haul video that goes with this, showing you exactly what I buy in a week to make all these meals, so let me know in the comments if that's something you'd want to see, and I'll get that filmed soon. If this video was helpful, drop a like, it genuinely helps the channel a ton, and subscribe if you want to see more of these realistic what I eat in a day style videos. Let me know down in the comments what your daily protein goal is and what your favorite high protein meal is. I read every single one and honestly get a lot of my recipe ideas from you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.